Welcome. I'm Laurence Fishburne. John F. Kennedy once said, "Our progress as a nation can be no swifter than our progress in education." Today, his words still ring true. In our complex world, we're finding success in life often begins with success in school.
There is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to education. Children need to learn more than just the test. They need to connect with themselves, each other, and something greater.
If you want to learn to do something really well, go to the master of it. I think sometimes we take for granted the ability to reason. We believe that people are born smart or with a certain level of reason that just is natural. And that's actually not true. It's a developed skill. As you engage works that were written by great thinkers and you try and assess their thoughts and see if they really make sense, that wrestling with ideas is, I think, largely in common education today viewed as unnecessary and maybe fruitless. But in reality, it's the one thing that drives reasoning ability.
I remember when I'd been as a parent, it was just a parent and a board member, I believe. And I was watching the early days of my first two boys' year in the classical school. Startup school in his second year, don't have it down, but I watched that school awaken in my children a love of learning, a curiosity, a sense of wonder, and an appetite for what they were learning, and I knew it was worth it. And I said to the principal, I walked in and I said, if I have to sell my house and move into a one-bedroom apartment to afford this, I'll do it.
With over 50,000 students in over 300 schools across the U.S., classical Christian schools are on the rise. More and more parents are preferring private over public institutions to educate their children.
I like to think of contemporary schools as a quilt, where each subject would be its own piece of fabric. In a classical school, we are more like a tapestry. In contemporary education, I think we are constantly trying to get it right. I think there's always a new wave that comes every year or two to try to make things better. And in a classical setting, we go back to the time-tested foundation that we know exists. We're not trying to reinvent things. We're training students and teaching them about very foundational concepts that can be used throughout their lives.
Yes, we are focused on our AP tests, we're focused on SAT scores, we're focused on getting those classes, but it goes a little beyond that. For our schools, it's more about focusing on the heart and the minds of the students. I think it goes beyond just being a Christian leader, but really being classically trained to be able to listen to other people's arguments and handle them with grace, and being able to just defend what you believe. Our thoughts and our beliefs are going to be challenged. And so it really is essential that we're having these conversations now and just being able to discuss them in this safe place. But at the same time, we're not afraid to disagree with someone.
We hope this program has served as an inspiration to you. Be sure to join us next time as we continue to profile thought leaders impacting education. I'm Laurence Fishburne.